If I were to tell you there's a habit that's completely free, that requires no gym membership, no diet plan, no supplements, and that could extend your life for years, would you believe it? You wouldn't, would you? But what science is saying right now will blow your mind. Today, we'll talk about what happens inside a person's body when they walk for just 20 minutes, every day, continuously for a month. And I guarantee that 90% of the things you'll hear today have never heard in a video. There was a person who was told by the doctor that if he did not change his lifestyle, the next 5 years would be difficult. He neither joined a gym nor followed any expensive diet. He made only one small change, just a 20-minute walk every morning. When he went for a checkup again after 30 days, the doctor also became silent after seeing the reports. Today, in this video, we will learn how just 20 minutes of walk can bring about changes in the human body that even long workouts cannot bring about, and stick to it till the end. Because at the end of the video, I will tell you a trick that makes this walk 3 times more powerful. Friends, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first visit, please subscribe to the channel, because on this channel we discuss only those things that will improve your health, your life, and your body, without any expensive equipment, without any crazy diets. Today's topic is walking. But wait, if you're thinking, I already know this, walking is a good thing, then I'm sorry to say you're only scratching the surface. The science behind walking, the real changes that occur within the body, is so deep and so fascinating that after watching this video, you'll never consider this simple activity boring again. In this video, we will see step by step, week by week, what changes occur in a person's body, his mind, and his life when he walks for just 20 minutes, every day, for 30 consecutive days. Why do people ignore walking? First, it's important to understand why people ignore walking. The reason is simple. We think that unless we sweat, unless we lift weights, unless we spend hours in the gym, we won't get any results. This is a very big misconception. The human body is designed, through evolution, to walk. Our ancestors sometimes walked 10, 15, or even 20 kilometers a day, hunting, searching for food, getting from one place to another. Our body, our heart, our muscles, our metabolism, our brain, is all designed around this movement. Nowadays, we spend more than 90% of our time sitting, in chairs, in cars, on sofas, and it's this sedentary lifestyle that's the root of many modern diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, depression, and more. When you walk for just 20 minutes, you return your body to the natural state it was designed for, and that's why its results are so powerful. Science. What happens in the first day? Now let us see what happens immediately when you walk for 20 minutes for the first time. As you start walking, your heart rate increases slightly. Blood circulation increases. When this blood reaches the muscles, it carries oxygen and nutrients that help cells produce energy. Along with this, the brain also begins to change. Blood flow to the brain increases, which makes you feel instantly refreshed and alert. This is why, when stressed people take a short walk, their mood improves. Within the first day, the body releases endorphins and serotonin, chemicals that create feelings of happiness and relaxation. That's why people say, I feel good, after a walk. It's not just a feeling, it's actual chemistry happening within the body. But this is just the beginning. The real magic happens when you follow this habit consistently. The body starts to reset. The first change that occurs in the first week is energy levels. Improvement in. People often think that walking will reduce energy, but the reality is quite the opposite. When you walk for 20 minutes every day, the activity of the mitochondria in your body's cells increases. Mitochondria are the powerhouses that create energy within cells. The more you move, the more oxygen circulates through your body, and the better your cells produce energy. During this week, due to improved blood circulation, people also notice a difference in their skin. a slight natural glow as more oxygen and nutrients are reaching the skin. Sleep patterns also begin to change. By the end of the first week, many people report that they sleep more deeply at night. This is because physical activity helps regulate the body's circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock. But the most important thing that happens in the first week is mental clarity. Going out for a 20-minute walk every day gives the brain a mental break. It's a chance to spend time with yourself, away from phones, screens, and notifications. This reduces anxiety and overthinking. The body starts to become infected with the inside. In the second week, the body begins to make real adaptations. This is when walking is no longer just a feel-good activity, but actual physiological changes begin to occur in your body systems. Blood pressure. People with slightly high blood pressure may notice a slight improvement by this week. Regular walking makes blood vessels more flexible, which smooths blood flow and naturally lowers blood pressure. Blood sugar control. Here's something very few people know. When muscles move, they absorb glucose, sugar, from the bloodstream more efficiently, without the increased involvement of insulin. This means that regular walking helps naturally stabilize blood sugar levels. This is why doctors often recommend walking to patients with type 2 diabetes. Joint health. Many people think that walking puts stress on the joints, but the truth is that moderate walking circulates fluid around the joints, which helps keep the cartilage healthy. By the second week, people with mild knee or joint stiffness should see improvement. By the end of the second week, walking begins to transform from a chore to a habit. The body becomes accustomed to this routine, and the mind begins to anticipate this time. Metabolism and weight loss. The third week is when people start noticing a difference in their weight and body composition. Now, here's an important thing to understand. A 20-minute walk won't lead to dramatic weight loss, but what does happen is more sustainable. When you walk for 20 minutes every day, you burn roughly 100 to 150 extra calories. This can vary depending on your body weight and speed. Over a month, this total adds up to a significant amount. But the real benefit goes beyond burning calories. Keeping metabolism active. IM. When a person sits all day, the body goes into energy-saving mode. Metabolism slows down. But when you move at consistent times during the day, the body receives a signal that we are active, and metabolism gets a slight boost, not just during the walk, but for the rest of the day as well. Additionally, by the third week, people who experience bloating or digestive issues may also notice improvement. Walking gently stimulates the muscles of the digestive system, which helps food digest more smoothly and reduces constipation. This is the week when people notice a difference in their clothes, not because of significant weight loss, but because of reduced bloating and improved posture. Acil transformation. Last week, this is the time when everything combines together and makes a big difference. Cardiovascular health. After a month of consistent walking, the heart works more efficiently. Resting heart rate, when you're not doing anything, drops slightly, indicating the heart has to work less hard to pump blood. This reduces the risk of heart disease in the long term. Brain health. Research shows that regular walking boosts a part of the brain called the hippocampus, the part responsible for memory and learning. That's why people report feeling better about their concentration and memory after a month of walking. Mood and mental health. 4 weeks of consistent walking can significantly reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. Studies have proven that regular moderate exercise, like walking, sometimes activates the same chemicals that antidepressants activate, but in a completely natural way. Immune system. By the last week, the body's immune system also strengthens. Moderate, regular exercise improves the circulation of white blood cells, which helps the body fight infections. Confidence or discipline. And perhaps the most important thing of all, consistently following a habit for a month builds discipline and self-confidence. When you fulfill a promise you make to yourself, even if it's just a 20-minute walk, this feeling has a positive impact on other aspects of your life. This is not just for weight loss. Many people associate walking only with weight loss, but as we've seen, its benefits go much deeper than that. It protects your heart, sharpens your brain, stabilizes your mood, boosts your immunity, and can even add years to your life. Some large-scale studies suggest that people who do at least 20 to 30 minutes of moderate walking every day have a significantly lower risk of premature death compared to those who remain sedentary all day. This is an investment that is completely free, can be started at any age, and whose side effects are only positive. How to walk with correct instructions. Tips. Now let me give you some important tips that will make this 20-minute walk more effective. 1. Speed matters. Simply walking slowly isn't enough. You need to maintain a brisk pace, enough to leave you slightly out of breath but still struggling to talk. And this is called the talk test. 2. Choose the right time. A morning walk activates metabolism for the entire day, while a post-dinner walk improves digestion and controls blood sugar spikes. Both are beneficial in their own way. You can choose whichever suits your routine. 3. Pay attention to your posture. Stand up straight, keep your shoulders relaxed, and let your arms swing slightly. This engages your entire body, not just your legs. 4. Consistency is more important than intensity. Walking for 2 hours one day and then doing nothing for 10 days won't yield the same results as consistently walking for 20 minutes a day. What matters is consistency, not occasional bursts. 5. Walk in nature or fresh air if possible. Walking in a park or open area doubles not only the physical, but also the mental benefits. W. H. Galtian, Geolog Karte Hain. There are some common mistakes that people make that reduce the benefits of walking. First mistake, walking very slowly. If you're walking so slowly that your heart rate doesn't reach 12, your body isn't getting the stimulation it needs. Second mistake, inconsistency. Walking for a few days, then skipping for a few days. This way the body does not get time to adapt. Third mistake, keep looking at the phone continuously. One of the biggest mental benefits of walking is that you give your brain some rest. If you spend the entire walk scrolling on your phone, you miss out on that mental benefit. Fourth mistake, having high expectations. This isn't a dramatic overnight transformation activity. It's a slow, steady, but very reliable way to improve your health. VOH Extra Trick, Joe Main Promise Keithy. As I mentioned at the beginning, there's a trick that makes this 20-minute walk even more powerful, and it's this: take a walk after eating, especially after lunch or dinner. When you walk 10 to 15 minutes after eating, it significantly reduces the blood sugar spike because muscles immediately start using the glucose you just ate. This is a small change that makes a big difference to metabolic health in the long term, an example of real life. Let's take a simple example. Imagine a person with an average office job, sitting in a chair for 9 to 10 hours a day, sleeping late at night and rushing to the office early. Their energy drops to zero by the end of the day. They feel lazy even on weekends, and a slight stress always lingers. Now, let's assume that same person makes just one change: a 20-minute walk every morning before going to the office or during lunch break. In the first week, they may not notice a difference as their body is still adjusting. But by the second week, they notice that their sleep is better than before. By the third week, their mood is a little more stable, and they get less angry over small things. And by the end of the fourth week, they say to themselves, "Man, I feel more energized than before, and I'm calmer than before." This is a fictional example, but it's exactly the same pattern that research has shown time and again Small, consistent activity is more reliable than bland, dramatic results. Different styles of walking. What is the benefit of kissing? Not all walks are equal. If you want to make your 20-minute walk smarter, here are some styles to try. Steady pace walk. This is the most basic style, walking at a consistent, brisk pace for a full 20 minutes. It's best for beginners and provides a solid foundation for cardiovascular health. Interval walk. This involves walking briskly for 1 to 2 minutes, then at a normal pace for 1 to 2 minutes, and repeating this cycle. This activates your metabolism more and helps you burn more calories in less time. Incline walk. If a slope, hill, or treadmill incline is available, a gentle incline walk engages more leg muscles and gets the heart rate up a bit, without requiring a strenuous run. Mindful walk. In this style, speed isn't as important. The focus is on paying attention to your breath, your surroundings, and your thoughts, without your phone. This is the most effective style for reducing stress and anxiety. You can mix these styles according to your mood and goal, sometimes steady pace, sometimes intervals, sometimes just mindful walk. Good news for those people who feel that I did not get it at all. This is the most common excuse people give, I don't have time. But the reality is that 20 minutes is only 1.4% of a day. If we take just 20 minutes out of a day's 1,440 minutes, it can fit into any schedule. You can, during the 20 minutes of office lunch break, before or after eating. During phone calls, instead of sitting down, talk while walking. Convert some part of the time spent picking up children from school into walking. After dinner, before watching TV, take a walk around the house or in the street. It's not really a lack of time, it's a lack of priority. And once you start to feel the benefits of this small habit, it transforms from compulsion to waiting. Frequently asked questions. Q. Is a 20-minute walk enough, or should I walk more? Health organizations generally recommend at least 30 minutes of moderate activity daily, but starting with 20 minutes is an excellent starting point, especially for people who are currently quite inactive. Allowing the body to gradually adapt is more sustainable than overdoing it right away. Q. Is it okay to walk at night or only in the morning? Both times are beneficial in their own way. A morning walk activates metabolism, while a post-dinner walk helps with digestion and blood sugar control. Choose a time that's convenient for your lifestyle. The key is to be consistent. Q. If I have joint pain, is walking safe? Generally, moderate walking is beneficial for the joints, but if you have any specific medical condition, it is better to consult your doctor first. Q. Can I lose weight just by walking, without changing my diet? Walking definitely helps with weight management, but the best results are achieved by those who, along with walking, also pay a little attention to their diet, such as reducing processed food and drinking more water. 3 times a week about walking. Before we end this video, let's clear up 3 misconceptions many people have about walking and why they don't get the most out of this simple habit. Myth 1. Walking does not do anything. Only running or gym is the real exercise. The reality is that high-intensity exercise isn't necessary, safe, or sustainable for everyone. For many people, especially beginners, those who are older or those with joint issues, walking is a starting point that can deliver consistent results without any risk. In fact, consistency is always more important than intensity when it comes to long-term health. Myth 2. If you don't have money, you can't exercise. Sweating is simply a way to regulate body temperature. It's not necessarily a sign of an effective workout. Many beneficial processes are occurring within the body during brisk walking, whether you sweat or not. Myth 3. If there are no results after a month, then there is no benefit from it. Many internal changes, such as blood vessel health, brain cell connections, or hormonal balance, are not visible, but are constantly happening within the body. Just because a change isn't visible in a mirror doesn't mean it isn't happening. It is important to understand these three myths, because these are the wrong beliefs that stop many people before they even start or force them to quit after a few days. Friends, as we have seen, just a 20-minute walk, when done consistently every day, can bring about changes in your body, your mind, and your overall life that people try to achieve through expensive gyms and complicated diets. This is neither expensive nor complicated. All that is needed is consistency. If you've watched this video this far, I have a challenge for all of you. Start today, just for 20 minutes, and follow along for the next 30 days. Let me know when you're starting in the comments section and come back in a month to share your experience. If you found this video useful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with others who need accurate, simple, and science-based information about health. See you in the next video. Take care of yourself and keep moving.